I did some digging around Twitter and some of the random lists that kind of came across the Facebook pages this week, and we constructed this week's OCG Thursday based off of, well, some rather interesting stuff. So, what is up, guys? I'm We're going to be looking at Zoodiac, Vision Hero, and a nice little Tenyi variant that kind of just showed up out of nowhere, which I was like, huh, what is this? So for those of you that don't know, the Tenyi dragons, if you don't control an effect monster, you have the ability to special summon them from your hand. And if you control a face-up non-effect monster, you can banish this card and do some sort of effect based on that. So the first one here, if they both have the same clause of if we don't have an effect monster, we get to special summon it. This one, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard and then target one of your banished wyvern monsters except for this card and recur it back to your hand. And Mr. Vishuda here, we can banish this card from our hand or graveyard, target one card our opponent controls, turn it to the hand. So this grants us some returnability here. Now, this deck is also sporting off the latest in OCG tech. Of course, Crossout Designator. This card is so fucking good. I've seen memes where it's like 7 chain links and then like at the end it's like a crossout designator negating a crossout designator so that the chain can actually resolve. It's pretty fucking cute that that's actually how this works. So best OCG tech ever right now. Now this deck is playing triple copies of Dark Occultism, so we can discard one card to add one Destiny board or one level 8 Fiend monster from our deck to your hand. And then during your main phase, except to turn this card was sent to the graveyard, banish this card from your graveyard, place any number of Destiny board and or Spirit Message monsters with different names and or graveyard on the bottom of the deck and draw the same number of cards. So pretty little tech choice here. And then we are messing around with some other stuff here. Messing around with 3 copies of Hollow of the Dragon Chakra. So we can send one wyvern monster from our deck to the graveyard, and then if you control a face-up non-effect monster, we can add one Tenyi monster from our deck to our hand with a different name than the monster sent to the graveyard. So we have searchability kind of built into this deck. So this is just a nice little slow roll control deck that kind of takes advantage of just mass exploits in the current game. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, currently limited in the OCG Sad Phase. We play triple copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasma. You guys know also how good this card is, right? For drawing into Max C for more power. We have 1 copy of Grinder Golem because tokens are where we want to be. Triple copies of Lava Golem. Handing this to our opponent as an answer to any sort of board that they can actually generate is beautiful. And then, of course, triple copies of Max C because we like drawing cards. Now, we have 1 Radion, 2 copies of Adhurura, and triple copies of Vishuda. And then we have triple copies of Called by the Grave, triple copies of Crossout Designator, triple copies of the Dark Occultism, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple copies of Hollow Chakra, triple copies with Miracle Contract Door. We get to add a level 7 or 8 Dark Monster from our deck to our hand by handing our opponent a spell card. Which, I mean, whatever, do we really care about this? And 1 Mystic Mine and then 2 copies of Scapegoat. Seems pretty good to me. And then we have triple copies of Red Reboot to allow us to play the game. Extra deck here we have 2 copies of Warrior Monk of Tenyi, 1 Trisbania, 2 copies of Security Dragon, 1 Ningrisu, 1 Abermax, 2 copies of Link Kribo, 1 Link Spider, 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Boral Sword, and 2 copies of Akishik Magician. Wrapping up this list, just a nice little fun deck I saw come across my desk. I was like, man, this looks fun to mess around with. Fucking, I like jokes. They're all the better. Now, we have a Zoodiac deck coming across the OCG this week too. And first thing I want to say is, wow. I didn't actually think that Zoo would be doing anything in this current day and age, but you still have the same engine you had, minus, Broad Bowl and Dryden. You still get recurability, and with that recurability comes great advantage. And in a world where Pot of Avarice is unrestricted, man, someday TCG will get this card back and it'll shoot up so fucking high it'll be ridiculous. But we did see Sky Striker trying to play this for a little while. It just kind of disappeared and didn't do anything else. I don't think it really lived up to the expectations that the player base were kind of hoping it was going to have. I don't know what it was that this just kind of fell off the map for the OCG with Sky Striker. I just kind of think they got better variants over there. But for the most part, decks like Zoodiac do want to max out on this, because recycling your resource game, you know, all of them, definitely goes to show that it's still pretty cool. So this is a spin on a familiar concept that we've all forgotten, aka Zoodiac. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, 2 copies of Prankatops, obviously fucking the best spot removal available to us in the game. Still answers so many things that we've needed in the game, and I still love this. We have triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Ghost Spell, 1 copy of Ghost Ogre, and triple copies of Max C. Honestly, hand trap lineup is as fucking standard as it's going to get for this deck. Remember, you're also a stun deck, so you're trying to slow roll the game in a way that is advantageous to you. I kind of think players forget that sometimes. Then we have 1 copy of Rep here. Getting to drop combo for a 4th pot of Avarice is really fucking good. Then we have triple copies of Throwblade, standard discard Zoodiac card, draw 1, and then we get to give our Xyz Trample. And then the best damn card in the deck, Whiptail, gives any of our Xyz that fucking banish effect, which is everything that I could ever want for. And then we were able to attach from our hand to damage step. That was the thing that always made this card so fucking good. Then we have triple copies of Tenyi, 1 copy of Feather Duster, triple copies of Pot of Avarice, triple copies of Pot of Desires. I'm not indifferent about this. Your whole deck is just kind of create a super boss monster and go, but this can be risque, if you guys know what I mean. And then we have 2 copies of Scapegoat, because being able to create another sub-boss monster is not a bad thing. Then we have 2 copies of Solemn Judgment, 2 copies of Solemn Strike, triple copies of Solemn Warning, and 1 copy of Zoodiac Combo. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Security Dragon, 1 Mrs. Radiant, 1 Avermax, 1 Link Kribo, 1 Link Spider, 1 Firefighting Daruma Doll, 1 Borosword Dragon, 1 Apostla, 2 copies of Tiger Mortar, 1 Hammerbong, 2 Chakanine, and 2 copies of Borbo. Wrapping up this list. Like I said, I love Zoo. I've loved this deck for so long, but it needs Avarice to even be viable in the TCG at this point. And until we actually get Avarice back, it's a ride. Now, last list we're going to be looking at today is more heroes. So this build is playing triple copies of Vision Hero Ferris. So we can discard 1 other hero card, splash summon this card from our hand. If this card is normal or splash summon, we can place 1 Vision Hero monster from our deck face up in our spell and trap card zone as a continuous trap card, except for Ferris. And then of course we can't splash summon from the extra deck for this turn except for hero monsters. Super sad face, but we get to actually crystallize our boy here, Increase, which if you take battle or effect damage, we can place this card and face up in our spell and trap card zone. During your main phase, while this card is treated as a continuous trap card, we can attribute a hero monster, splash summon this card, and then we can splash summon 1 level 4 or lower Vision Hero from our deck from our hand. So we can discard, splash this, we can go ahead and crystallize this, and then tribute our Ferris to splash summon Increase to summon another Ferris from the deck. That's pretty cute. I like combo extending. So this is a little bit of love to more heroes. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 1 copy of Destiny Hero Celestial, triple copies of Malicious. The reason why this deck will never be good in TCG is because we're never getting Malicious unrestricted. We have 1 copy of Honest Neos, 1 copy of Shadow Mist, 2 copies of Solid Soldier, 1 Stratman, triple copies of Maxi, triple copies of Vision Hero Ferris, 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase, and then ye old original Vision Hero Vion. And then we have 2 copies of Hero Lives, triple copies of Called by the Grave, triple copies of Emergency Call, triple Fusion of Destiny, 1 Feather Duster, triple Mass Change, 1 Poly, 1 Rhoda, and 2 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Ooh, spicy. And then down here in the extra deck, we have Extra Hero Wonder Driver, 1 copy of Extra Hero Dread Decimator. Then we have 2 copies of Extra Hero Cross Crusader, 1 copy of the Mighty Flame Swordsman, and then 1 Utopia the Lightning, and 1 Utopia. And then we have 1 Vision Hero Trinity, 1 Vision Hero Adoration, 1 Master Hero Dion, 2 copies of Master Hero Darklaw, 1 Anki, 1 Dystopia, and 1 copy of Dangerous. Wrapping up this week's edition of OCG Thursday. Guys, please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about these decks. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on them. And guys, I'll catch you on the flip side. The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a Truffle Shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out VanCole40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.